Morning, Standard 6th. This is a poem for you again, and the name of this poem is The Kite. Okay? It is again from your book Honeysuckle. And the poet of this poem is Harry Van. Harry Van. Fine? Note it down. This poem is from your book Honeysuckle. The name of the poem is The Kite, and the poet of this poem is Harry Van. Note it down. Let's move. First, I will tell you the introduction about the poem. Okay? Poem and the poet, both. Who wrote this poem, where was he born, and all the things. Then we will read the poem, the whole poem. I will read it for you, and then we will learn the poem, or I will explain the poem stanza wise. Okay? Each and every 4 lines I will explain you. Fine? So let's see first the introduction about the poet. Now, in the introduction, the name of the poet is Harry Van. Okay? Harry was born on 24th September. Harry was born on 24th September 1898. When was Harry born? Harry, the poet of this poem, was born on 24th September 1898 in Yavapai County, Arizona. He was born in Arizona. Now he was graduated. Further, we are talking about the studies, about his education. He graduated from Howard University with an SB in 1922. Fine? He was graduated from Howard University. He worked as a scenario writer for motion pictures and was chiefly associated with King Vidor's films. Okay? Further, he was also a scenario writer for the movies or for the motion pictures, you can say. Van taught writing at the University of Arizona from 1938 to 1947. Further, he taught writing also in the University of Arizona, okay, from 1938 to 1947, and founded the University of Arizona Press in 1960. He was also the founder of University of Arizona Press. He published his first book of poetry, Siesta, in 1931. His first book, okay, the first book which he wrote, the name of that book, it was a poetry book, and the name of that book was Siesta. He wrote that book in 1931, and at the urging of his children, began writing children books. Okay? And further, when his kids, when his own children, okay, saw him writing, they also started writing children books. In 1949, he published The Little Hill, a book of poetry for children. Further also, he wrote a poetry book in 1949, and that was also a book of a poem, but it was for the children. Van wrote and translated poetry for children, especially haiku, and drew on the poetic heritage of Robert Louis Stevenson in his use of the child's voice. Now further, he also translated the poems for the children, and he also drew on the poetic heritage of Robert Louis Stevenson, as well as on all critics called a thread of transcendentalism. Okay, transcendentalism. He also wrote fiction for older children and young adults. Means here it is trying to say that he wrote for each and every age of the people. Okay, whether they were children, whether they were older age, or whether they were young adults also. Okay, including the Faraway Lords in 1963. Ben illustrated many of his works and received several graphics arts awards for his artwork. He died on September 6, 1973. Fine. So this is the introduction about the poet of this poem. The name of the poet is Harry Venn. Okay. Now let's move to the poem first. We will read the whole poem twice and then I will explain you the poem stanza wise. Okay. Let's move to the poem. All of us like to fly kite. Have you ever tried to fly one? I think you all like to fly the kites, right? And every one of you have tried to do that. Read this poem about a kite as it flies in the sky. Now in this poem, we will read about a kite that is flying in the sky. How does it fly? How does it wave in the sky? Okay? How does it look in the sky? Each and every thing we will see in this poem. How bright on the blue. How bright on the blue is the kite when it's new. Is the kite when it's new. With a dive and a dip, it snaps its tail. With a dive and a dip, it snaps its tail, then soars like a ship with only a sail. Then soars like a ship with only a sail. I know there are many new words here like dive, soars, snaps. I will explain you each and every word. At the end of the poem, we will go with the vocabulary. Okay? And while explaining the poem also, I will tell you the words. Then soars like a ship with only a sail, as over tides of wind it rides. As over tides of wind it rides, climbs to the crest of a gust and pulls, then seems to rest as wind falls. When string goes slack, when you wind it back and run until a new breeze blows and its wings fill and up it goes. How bright on the blue is the kite when it's new, but a ragged thing you never will see when it flaps on a string in the top of a tree. I will read this poem again for once. How bright on the blue is a kite when it's new, with a dive and a dip it snips its tail, then soars like a ship with only a sail. As over tides of wind it rides, climbs to the crest of the gust and pulls, then seems to rest as wind falls. Then seems to rest as wind falls. When string goes slack, you wind it back and run about and run until the new breeze blows and its wings fill and up it goes. How bright on the blue is the kite when it's new, but a ragged thing you never will see when it flaps on a string in the top of a tree. This is the whole poem. We have read it twice. The poet of this poem is Harry Penn. Fine. Now let's move to the poem. I'll explain you this poem stanza wise. Let's start with the first 4 lines. Now for the first 4 lines, first stanza. How bright on the blue is the kite when it's new, with a dive and a dip it snaps its tail. Okay? Now what is blue here? What does the word blue here is trying to say? Okay? Here the word blue means it is telling about the sky. Okay? The kite looks bright in the clear blue sky. When the sky is clear, okay, it is totally blue. And in that blue sky, when we fly a kite, okay, the kite looks very bright and very beautiful. Okay, when it flies for the first time. It moves with a dive and a dip. Now what is a dive? You have ever seen a diver diving in the sea or in the water? It goes like this, na? Same way, the kite dives in the sky. When you fly the kite, it moves with softness and force together at the same time. Okay? And when you fly a kite, you always tie a tail behind it. It looks very pretty. Okay? So when the kite moves softly and with the force all together in the sky, it makes its tail to create a crackling sound in the air and snaps. Snaps means to make a sound. Okay? It makes a crackling sound. You must have ever tried to dive a kite in the sky. Okay? You must have heard the crackling sound of the paper when it flies in the sky. Have you ever heard that? Yes. Okay? So when does this happen? It happens when you fly the kite in a clear sky. Okay? In that clear sky, the kite looks bright and beautiful and it flies with softness and force all together, making a crackling sound. Fine? Let's move to the next next stanza. Okay? Then soars like a ship when it with only a sail, as over tides of wind it rides, climbs to the crest of the gust and pull, then seems to rest as wind falls. Okay? Now, here the poet is trying to say about the movement of the poet is trying to say about the movement of the kite. How does the kite fly in the sky? Okay, what is the movement of the kite in the sky? It soars like a ship. Soars like a ship means, what is soar? S-O-A-R. S-O-A-R-S. Soars. What is soars? Soars means to fly high in the air. Okay? to fly high in the air. Here the poet is trying to say that when we fly the kite in the sky, when we fly the kite in the sky, it soars like a ship, means it goes high. Okay, it goes high like a ship with only a sail. Such moves help it to float in the sky, just waves rising and falling. You have ever seen the waves in the sea, right? How are they? They move up and down, right? Same is the movement of the kite when you fly in the sky. It moves like the waves in the sea, okay, with sudden blow of the winds. And when does this happen? It happens when the wind blows. Okay, the kite moves in the sky, flies in the sky, same as the waves in the sea. Okay, of a gust and pull. What is gust? G-U-S-T. Gust means a strong sudden wind. Okay, gust means a strong sudden wind. With a strong sudden wind, what happens? The kite goes high, okay, and pulls. What is it written? Climbs to the crest of a gust and pulls, means all of a sudden when there is a very sudden blow of wind, or you can say when there is a very strong wind, the kite all of a sudden goes to the highest point of the sky. Okay, when the wind blows very strongly, you must have seen when the wind blows very softly in the sky, the kite flies. Okay, and when there is a strong wind, the kite goes to the highest point as you see the crest of the ship. Okay, the way a ship moves in the ocean, same the way as a ship moves in the ocean. Okay, but as soon as then seems to rest. Here rest means when the wind stops blowing or when the wind slows down. The wind never stops blowing, sorry. When the wind slows down, okay, how does the kite? It feels like now the kite has stopped flying and it is resting, in the sky. Okay, so here what is the poet trying to say? Here the poet is trying to explain that the kite is flying in the sky, same as it is the ship waving in the sea. Okay, and as a strong wind blows, the kite goes high up in the sky, and when the wind slows down, it seems like now the kite has stopped there to rest. Next, let's move to the next stanza. Then string goes slack. What is slack? S-L-A-C-K. Slack means to hold tightly. Okay, when you hold the string of the kite very tightly. When the string goes slack, what is string? String is the thread which you tie with the kite and hold it in your hand. You wind it back. You wind it back means you pull it back, right? And run until a new breeze blows. Means when the wind slows down, what is being done? When the wind slows down, the kite stops flying, or you can say the kite takes a rest. Okay, but you are not satisfied with that. So what do? You again try to pull the string and bring the wind back so that your kite flies. And you do this. When do you do this? You do this until the new breeze blows. Okay, and its wings fill and up it goes. Means again when the wind starts blowing or the breeze blows again the kite starts flying high up in the sky. Okay, when the thread tied to the kite loosens, The flyer, flyer means the one who flies the kite. Okay, the flyer runs and rolls it back. Why does it roll it back? Because it needs its kite to fly. Okay, he waits till a new wind blows, a breeze of air blows again, and as the new wind blows, again the kite starts flying high up in the sky. Okay, let's move to the last stanza, that is the fourth stanza. How bright of blue is the kite when it's new. Means here it's trying to say that when you fly the kite in a blue sky, in a clear sky, okay, the kite is totally new, right? It is totally new. But if the kite is stuck in a tree anyway, okay, what will happen? While pulling that kite, your kite gets torn up, okay, and poor thing, the kite is a poor thing at that time because no one likes a torn kite. So how bright on the blue is a kite when it's new? Here it's trying to say that when a kite flies in a clear sky, it's beautiful and bright. But a ragdoll thing you will never see. What is a ragdoll? Ragdoll here means, what is the spelling of ragdoll? R-A-G-G-E-D-E-R. Ragdoll. Okay, old and tone. Old and tone. Okay, so here it's trying to say that when the kite is new, we like it very much, we like to see it. But when it is a tone thing, it is a old and tone thing, you will never see it, you would never like to see it. Okay, when it flaps on a string in the top of a tree. Okay, and when is a kite a ragged thing? When does a kite get torn? A kite gets torn when it is struck on the top of a tree. Okay, and such a poor thing it becomes that you never like to see that. So how bright on the blue is a kite when it's new, but a ragdoll thing you never will see when it flaps on a string in the top of a tree. A kite looks very bright and beautiful on a clear sky, but when it gets struck on the tree top, it gets torn and gives a poor worn out look which is not liked by anyone. Okay, so this was the poem which I explained you in 4 stanzas. Now let me give you a small summary about the whole poem altogether. You have to write down this summary while I am reading it. You have to note it down and try to understand, because through this only you are going to complete the worksheet further which is going to come to you. Okay, so let's see the summary of this poem. Now the summary of this poem, The Kite. What is the name of our poem? The name of our poem is The Kite. Okay, Harry Bent is the poet of this poem. Fine. Now let's read. In the clear sky means when there are no clouds in a kite. Okay, in the sky. A kite looks very bright. What was the poet trying to say here? The poet was trying to say in the whole poem that the kite is bright and beautiful when we look it in a clear sky. Clear sky means when there is no clouds, white or black in the sky at all. Okay, and in that clear sky the kite is noticeable very clearly. Okay, the kite hurls. Hurls means moves here and there easily, and you can see the movement of the sky very easily. It wags. Wags its tails means, ever you have seen any animal an animal wagging its tail, whether it is a cow, a dog, a cat, or anyone. Okay, so same way the kite wags its tail and produces a crackling sound. You must have heard the crackling sound when you fly the kite in the sky. Okay, then while flying, all of a sudden the kite goes high, means when the wind blows, when there is a strong wind, the kite flies very high. Okay, with the blow of the strong wind, the kite flies very high. Okay, as if you can say it flies like the waves in the ship waving in the moving in the sea. Okay, in the waves of the sea, as the ship moves, in the same way the kite moves in the sky. Okay, and moves forward when the wind is strong, but as the wind falls, it seems as if it is taking a rest for a while in the air. Means the kite flows here and there, the kite moves here and there when there is a strong wind. But when the wind slows down, what happens? The movement of the kite also slows down. Okay, and we will feel like after moving too much, now the kite is taking a rest. Okay, but the flyer means the one who is flying the sky, the one who is flying the kite. Okay, will the flyer sit silently when the wind is not there? What will the flyer do? The flyer will hold the string very tightly and run, so that until a new breeze winds. Okay, until a new breeze, you can say, fills the wings of the kite. Okay, and the kite really looks very bright and beautiful in the sky, in the clear sky. But when a kite gets struck in the tree, what happens? While taking it out from the tree, the kite gets ragged up. Okay, and this torn kite is not liked by anyone, and then it is only a poor thing because it gives a poor look. Okay, so this is all about the poem The Kite. Fine. As I had told you that we would see the new words, we had seen the new words, and we would go for the meaning of it. So let's see the word meanings of this poem. Now moving with the word meanings of this. Okay, our first word is slack. S-L-A-C-K. Slack means loose. Okay, slack means loose. S-L-A-C-K. Slack means loose, or you can say not taut or held tightly in position. For sometimes, for flying the kite, you have to set it loose. Okay, many times by holding it tight, the kite does not fly. So what do? In Hindi you say dheel dena, right? You give a loose grip to it so that it flies. Okay, next word is soars. S-O-A-R-S. Soars means fly high. Soars means fly high. Climbs means to go up. Climb means to go up. Gust. G-U-S-T. Gust means a sudden strong rush of wind. Gust means a sudden strong rush of wind. Next is sail. S-A-I-L. Sail. Sail means a cloth on a ship or a boat used to catch wind and help the boat to propel. Propel means to move. Okay? To sail. Move in the river or the sea. So what is a sail? A sail is a cloth on a ship or a boat used to catch wind and help the boat to propel. Tides. Tides means rising and falling of the waves which you see in the river or the sea. Okay? The falling and the rising of the waves is called tides. Okay? Crest, C-R-E-S-T, crest. Crest means mountain top or the tuft of feathers on the head of a bird or an animal. You can say a crown of type, or the highest point of the mountain, or the top point of the ship. Okay, it is called a crest. Dive and dip, to go into the water with a force or softness. Okay, to go into the water with force or softness. Next is snaps. Snaps means crackling sound. Snaps is a crackling sound. Okay, blue. Why here blue has been given? In the poem, blue means it's not a color. It's blue means it is telling about the clear sky without clouds. Okay, and our last word is ragged. The kite got ragged when it struck into the tree. Okay, it became a ragder thing. A ragder thing means a old and torn thing, which is not liked by anyone. Ragged means old and torn. Okay, so our words for today were slack, soars, climbs, gust, sail, tides, crest, dive and a dip, snaps, blue and rag. Okay, these were the word meanings. Soon you will get a worksheet for this, which you have to fill it by yourself. So please note down the summary which we read and I explained you. This will help you to solve the worksheet. Study well. Hope to meet you all soon. Till then, take care and bye.